Hello, wolves. This is gonna be a wolf breakdown video for Hello Little Girl choreography. Wolf, you get to have so much fun in this number because it's super jazzy and the energy of the jazz is kind of chill, he's kind of relaxed, he's playing it cool. But at the same time, you also get to decide when to give a little extra oomph, right? You get to play with being smooth and slow, and then a little bit of little pops of energy. So really fun. You get to make some really cool decisions. Remember also that a lot of your body part leading will come from the shoulders, so even the way that you just look into her basket, right, you can really lean with those shoulders. You really want to just get them engaged. And in the meantime, since we're just starting to sort of get into this character, overdo it. Just overdo it with the shoulders until you're comfortable enough just using them, right? So if you feel silly and if you feel like, I don't know what to do, just keep moving the shoulders, because that'll just get you practicing using that area, because we often don't talk like this and move them a lot. So just start practicing, and it will feel silly at first. So in the music, after little Red says, her house stands under 3 large oak trees, there's like a 2-second pause in the music where it's just silent before it goes into the da 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 da. So just know that that pause is there. Little Red is going to be to your right. Little Red is going to be stage right of you, and you're going to be stage left of her. So she is here. I want you to face almost slightly away from her, because in the way that you try to pull her in, you're not totally going to give her all of your attention when you start to dance, but you can keep your head, you can sort of look at her, so you can give that little twist of the head, and the body's just slightly angled away. Because right as the music starts, da, da, we're going to go into our catch step. So a catch step is just a little hop onto one foot, and then I step down onto the other. So I'm going to first hop onto my right, and then step with the left. And it goes 1, 2. And my hands just, like an umpire calling safe. You know, they just glide out. Really easy. So I do right, left. I bring that right foot in to me. I slide it in as my arms come down. And then I repeat, right, left, bring it in. And with the music, we almost add our own little beat, because the music just goes 1, 2, 1, 2. So with that beat, we hit, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Yeah? So arms go with it, and you can keep your eye on Red. From there, we're going to start to sing Hello Little Girl. And right as we hit head, that right foot is going to step out. And in reality, when you're not dancing in a living room and you have a whole stage, you're going to bend your knees and you're going to travel super far. And you're going to use all of the space. So keep in mind, I really want you to bend your knees for this step. I also really want you to twist now. I want you to twist that upper body, because now you're directing all of your focus to Red. So at first, you're sort of playing it cool, and then all of a sudden, you're really going to start to go for her. So I'm going to take 4 steps. With my chest twisted, I'm going to step out with my right, cross with my left, out with my right, cross with my left. So I end in this sort of lungy position with my right foot behind me. Another little detail that I would like to add is that I would like these side steps to be super smooth until you hit the last one on the word rush. And on the word rush, I want you to give a little extra, right? As if you were sneaking up on somebody, and you're going to go really slow and really quiet until the very last moment. So I'm going to start to walk. Hello, little girl, what's your rush? And I can add the hands. From here, I'm going to do sort of like a catch step, but it's more like a rock step. There's no hop. I'm just going to place my weight on my back foot and my front foot. So right, left. And that happens on You're Missing All the. On Flowers, I'm going to bring that right foot towards me as I turn over my right shoulder. So after my rock step, most of my weight is in that front foot, that left foot, and then I have to push. So I use that bent leg and that muscle right here to push as I turn over my right shoulder. So boom, to land facing forward. Woo. And then in the music we hear, ba-da, ba-da, and that left shoulder just hit, hit. So remember that this shoulder, it's not an up and down, and it's not like a, I don't know. It's just my rib, it's nothing weird. It's just my ribs twisting, as if you were gonna just twist the upper body, but more of just a quick hit, hit. Right away after our 2 hits, I'm gonna take that left foot and I'm gonna chug it forward 4 times, 4 little baby chugs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it sort of widens my legs a little bit, and it's gonna land me facing the downstage right corner. So then I'm totally on this diagonal. At the same time, my arms raise up into this goalpost sort of shape. And I really want us to make sure that our elbows aren't too low. So I'm sort of, you can see my elbows right at my eyes, almost, right at my eyes. And then I'm also gonna lean my head a little bit too. So again, I'm sort of playing it cool, leaning away. And that happens on the lyric, the sun won't set for hours. There's another dee-dee, dee-dee, and just my shoulders go up, up. And right away we say, take your time. And the wolf, he's this big, over-the-top character, this grandiose, oh my goodness kind of guy. You're just gonna toss your arms at Red like, hello, take your time. You just toss them and you look at her. So we just did chug, 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 chug. Dee, 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 take your time. And just really toss them over the top. She's gonna walk stage left, and you're just gonna watch her as she walks. And she says, "Mother said straight ahead." You're gonna grab her hand on slow. So your left hand is gonna grab, if this is little Red, her downstage hand is gonna be her right hand. You're gonna grab her right hand with your left hand on slow little girl. You'll have to start twirling her on the words little girl, because you're gonna twirl her into you. She's gonna twirl in front of you to land on the opposite side. So she's on your left side, you twirl to your right side, and you catch her around the shoulder. You have your right hand around her shoulder on the word hark. So you'll grab on slow, twirl, little girl, catch, hark. From here we do another catch step with the right left, but this time it's gonna land us to our knee and hush. And it's really in sync with the lyric, and hush, land, land. And the way to avoid just like banging all of your weight on that knee, because we don't want to do that, because ouch, is to really, after I land on that right foot, I want to get myself into a lunge, and I want to actually use the leg muscles in this lunge and then just slowly lower, right? So I have to make sure I'm stable before I go down. So I'm landing softly, not coming to a crash on my knee. From there, we just landed and hush. We're still holding her shoulder, and she's gonna be pretending to sit, or like sitting on our leg. And we're again over the top wolf. He's just gonna gesture out. The birds are singing sweetly. And then next line, we'll stand up and you gesture again, and you can even look at Red. You'll miss the birds completely. You're gonna twirl her to the right on your traveling so fleetly. And on the word fleetly, we're going to use this idea of our shoulder leading, and we're going to pull as if our left shoulder, as if somebody's pulling us, and it's going to take us to our feet closer together. So when we twirl Red out, our feet are kind of wide. They have this wide stance. And then on fleetly, we're going to come together because we have a little beautiful solo jazz moment coming up. From here, I just came together on fleetly. There are 7 sharp hits in the music. So our first hit is this boom, power pose, wide legs, just long neck, shoulders back. And it's everything in the sequence is like a whip. So it's really quick, stop and go. You're not floaty. Yeah, it's very sharp and to the point. So we came together on fleetly. Number 1, step out. Number 2, my hands whip. So So I have my left hand on my belly button and then my right hand sort of in the same line. And I really want to make sure I tuck this elbow. I don't want it sagging or out here. I want it tucked into my rib. And then I also don't want my hands like dead fishy hands. I want open, wide, jazz hands. So that's my 2. My 3 is I whip that head and I look at red. My 4, my shoulders, they concave forward. And I'll show you from the side view. All they do is forward and back again. Wacha. So it's almost like you're doing one of these chest out things, but it's the opposite. Chest goes in. And it's super quick. It doesn't have to be super huge. Just make it little. So again, we came together on Fleetly, and 1, arms 2, look 3, shoulders 4. On 5, we're gonna take this hand that's out, this right hand, and we're gonna bring it to our left pocket. And we're thinking that you will have a flower in your pocket. Hopefully this works out costume-wise where you're gonna be able to grab it. We'll see. You're gonna have a flower in your left pocket because with this right hand, you're gonna twist and stick that hand in your pocket. So in this twist, you see my right foot pops up a little bit, and that's important because it's gonna help us with the next step. Because on 6, we have to push off of this left foot. I want most of my weight on my left foot because I'm gonna push off of it, boom, to bring it to my right foot. And it just comes to a pop next to my right foot. Yeah, so let's just walk through that again. We came together on Fleetly. Out 1, arms 2, look 3, shoulders 4, twist 5, push 6. Also on 6, a couple things have to happen. Not only do you change your footing, you're gonna take that flower out of your pocket and you're gonna transfer it to your other hand, to your left hand. Because then on 7, this foot that's popped, my left foot and my left hand are gonna present this flower to little Red, who will come and take it. So again, all of that, we just twirled Red out. You're traveling, so Fleetly, we come together, and out, hands, look, shoulders, twist, change, present. Red is gonna come take this flower on. Still, I suppose Granny might like a fresh bouquet, and she's gonna keep walking. She's gonna keep doing her little Red thing in the stage left direction. After Red takes that flower, we can let that arm drop slowly, and we're gonna twist. We're gonna twist that upper body, and we're gonna watch her for a second before we just start to saunter. It's just a casual little walk. We're gonna start to follow after her. And she says, "Goodbye, Mr. Wolf," and we say, "Goodbye, little girl." And hello, and we're gonna start to sing again. On the he, we're gonna do our same side step that we did before. We're gonna step right, left, right, left. And that'll sort of bring us back center because again, when we have space, that saunter is gonna take us over to stage left. And then this hello, 2, 3, 4 is gonna take us back center-ish. So we just did right over with the left, right over with the left, and it lands us back in this same lunge where my right foot is behind. This is where it gets fast. My right foot, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to step out. Left foot steps out, right foot steps in, left foot steps in. You're just making like a little box, sort of. Out, out, in, in. That's all. When the feet go out, the hands go out. When the feet go in, the hands go in. Out, out, in, out, out, in. Yes. I giggle because it's so fast. So we just stepped right, left, out, out, in, out, in. We do it 2 times. On the second time, instead of bringing, I'll move so you can see my feet. Instead of bringing the feet directly together on the second time, I want to bring my left foot slightly in front, and then I'll twist so you can see, and I'm gonna pick up that back foot, so I'm just on my toes. And this is gonna be a prep for a super cool wolfy turn. So, on our second out, out, in, that left foot comes forward, and then my hands, instead of going down, they're gonna twist to the side a little bit. And this is gonna help you in the turn. So even though it seems like a really tiny detail, it really will help you to get around. So in my little turn prep, I have my left hand out to the side and my right hand forward in front of me. Because then I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna turn the same direction I did earlier, around my right shoulder. And with the same physics. So I have most of my weight on this front foot, this left leg, and it has to be bent because I'm gonna have to push off of it. And when I say push off of it, I mean I have to imagine that I'm shooting energy down through the ground. At the same time, my hands that are in this shape are gonna twist. And if I do both at the same time, push off the ground and twist, that's how I'm gonna get around. One more little detail, because I know you can handle it. This back foot is going to come to a passe. Whoop. So when I say it's gonna come to a passe, I'm gonna mean I'm gonna bend, I'm gonna point my toe, so I'm not like flexing my foot. I'm gonna point it as much as I can. And I'm right where, trying to get so you can see me, right where my knee is on my left leg. If I'm looking at the inside of my leg, right where my knee is, that's where I'm gonna attach that foot. So I attach the inside of that foot, like right on the inside to the inside of my other leg. So when I turn, a couple things happen at the same time. Number one, I push off of that front leg. Number two, my hands twist. And number three, I come to that passe. If they don't happen at the same time, I'll get super thrown off balance. Like if I try to twist and then put my leg up, I'm gonna go everywhere. So that's something to practice if you really want to drill something. It's just gonna be, boom, getting those three motions all together. Because eventually it'll bring us to this wolf turn where I want to stay bent. I want to stay a little bit crouched. And I'm actually going to keep this leg bent because I think it's going to add to this cool wolf energy. So I'm going to push, I'm going to turn, I'm going to land in this lunge because then it will be time for my howl. And you can give a little lean. So, let's try all of that with music.
And where might your grandmother live?
Further in the woods. Her house stands under 3 large oak trees.
And right, left, and step.
Hello, little girl, what's your rush?
Rock.
You're missing all the flowers.
Shoulders, jump.
The sun won't set for hours. Take your
Mother
time.
says straight ahead, not to the leg or be misled.
But slow, little girl, hark and hush. The birds are singing sweetly. You'll miss the birds completely.
Twirl.
You're traveling so fleetly.
Mother said not to stray. Still, I suppose a small delay. Granny might like a fresh bouquet. Goodbye, Mr. Wolf.
Start to slowly follow.
Goodbye, little girl. And
step
hello.
1, 2, 3. Right foot out, out, in, turn.
Ow!
exit stage left. And that is our wolf number.